Alhamdulillah, memorizing the Quran is the foundation of Islamic sciences. Yet many students of knowledge neglect taking this journey and they regret it many years later. So in this video, I'm going to talk about why you should memorize the Quran. There are many benefits and virtues when it comes to memorizing the Quran. But today, I'm going to go over 5 benefits that will show you how essential it is to memorize the Quran in order to become a student of knowledge. The first benefit is that Hifz helps you to learn the Islamic sciences faster and easier since they all go back to the Quran. The scholars ever since the time of the Salaf would always advise their students to memorize the Quran first before they learn anything from their teachers. Because when you memorize the Quran, you are learning the foundational knowledge of every single science, whether that be aqidah, fiqh, tafsir, etc. So whenever a scholar quotes an ayah, you will already understand its meaning. And then the only thing you have to do next is understand what information or ruling is being derived from the ayah. For example, if you memorize the ayah in Surah Al-Ma'idah of taking an oath, you already understand the general concept of the ruling, which is that if you break an oath, you feed or clothe 10 poor people or free a slave, and if you cannot do any of these, you fast for 3 days. Now, if you are in a fiqh dars and this ayah is being explained, you're already a step ahead because you already memorized the ayah, so all you have left to do is learn the rulings attached to it. And if you want to seek knowledge at a high level, you have to be as prepared as possible during the lessons you take. Otherwise, it will feel very overwhelming and confusing. The second benefit is that you automatically learn a lot of Arabic vocab because of the amounts of words that are repeated throughout the Quran. Many brothers start off their Arabic journey by simply memorizing the Quran, and I personally started this way as well. And the process of learning Arabic vocab is very simple. All you have to do is read the translation only of the words you find repeated many times. And if you want to take it a step further, you can write down every new word that you learn and their meaning. And you want to make sure you pay attention to the root of the word, because in Arabic, every word has a root word that it goes back to. And if you understand the words that are similar to it, you can understand every single variation of that word whenever you come across it again. The third benefit is that memorizing the Quran strengthens your memory so that you can memorize ahadith and mutun. As you already know, memorizing the Quran is only the beginning of memorization when it comes to seeking knowledge. But you always want to start with the Quran because it's the easiest to memorize and the most rewarding. And if you were to start with memorizing ahadith or mutun before finishing the Quran, I guarantee you would find it very difficult since you have no prior training in memorization. And you would find it more difficult to memorize due to the fact that ahadith and mutun are not like the Quran in terms of pattern, which makes them harder to memorize. And I guarantee you, until you memorize the Quran, you won't feel very motivated to memorize anything else, because the Quran is the foundation that every serious student of knowledge should start with. The fourth benefit is that when you memorize the Quran, you are always attached to it so long as you review it every single day. So even on your worst days, you always read something from the Quran since you would not want to forget it. And from my own experience, the number one thing that has kept me consistent and motivated to seek knowledge is the fact that I recite the Quran daily. Without the Quran, the day feels very empty and dark. Just like how the fish needs water, we need the Quran every single day in our lives in order to keep our hearts alive. The fifth and final benefit is that memorizing the Quran helps to keep your intention sincere when you seek knowledge. A lot of times, people get excited to seek knowledge in order to argue with other sects in Islam or against other religions. But if you discipline yourself to memorize the Quran, you kind of convince yourself that you're not doing this to argue with others, because memorizing the Quran is not used for polemics. And when you are reading the Quran, you are constantly reminded of the purpose of seeking knowledge, which is to attain Jannah. So if you want to be a serious student of knowledge, you have to prioritize memorizing the Quran. It doesn't matter how long it takes you. Let it be 5 years, 10 years, or more, because you will never regret memorizing the Quran when you see the reward in the Akhirah. If you benefited from this video, be sure to like, subscribe, and share with others. And if you have any questions about this video or about Hifz in general, be sure to comment below. سبحانك اللهم وبحمدك أشهد أن لا إله إلا أنت أستغفرك وأتوب إليك